Good morning, and thanks for joining me. This is our Thursday call, which we are doing every Thursday this year, except for some holidays. So, first, I'm going to start off by reminding everybody that next week on December 22nd and the week after that on December 29th, we will not be having these. We're going to take a break for the holidays. However, we're going to resume right on January 5th. So make sure you're on. It's 11 a.m. It's always the same login information that never changes. And if by chance you ever miss any of these, you can go back to our Facebook page at United Realty Group Park Creek, and you're sure to watch all the old recordings. Or if you just want to hear me, you can go back and watch them too. Before we get started today, I do just want to go over a couple of housekeepings during the holidays. One, if you are going on vacation and if you're going to be unavailable, please let me know, especially if you have any listings or buyers, because I tend to get those phone calls. They're trying to show your listing, they're not able to get a hold of you. And we all know how frustrating that is if we're on the flip side and trying to schedule it and we don't get responses from a listing agent. So if by chance you are, just let me know and we can help you out and back you up with that. The second is our courier system. As mostly everybody knows, and I've mentioned a couple times, our usual courier was in a car accident and will be out for the rest of the year. If you can't drop any checks or anything to corporate office in Plantation, it's a little hike for us. I understand. Coral Springs is open from 9 to 5, except for our regular holiday hours, which you'll get those emails. Or if you do drop it to the Parkland office, just send me a quick text so I can know, so I can remind our standing courier to come pick it up, because he's not keeping us on our route on a daily basis, just those with title companies. That's why Coral Springs is a great option, because he has to hit Laura every day for title reasons. The next is business planning. I've been talking about this for weeks. My last recording is up on Facebook. If you haven't done so already and you want to schedule a time with me, I'm kind of limited to the time slots till the end of the year, only because I am trying to take a little break for myself. But I'm happy to sit back right after the first of the year and really get started. But make sure we don't go too far, because we want to make sure we start focusing right after everybody comes back from the holidays. Next thing I want to remind everybody is this is a great time to connect with your sphere of influence. I've talked about that they are the most likely to give you leads and potential clients. So this is a great time to connect with them, to reach out to them during the holidays, wish them a happy holidays, send them a handwritten card. Gosh, I know I just went through my database and wrote handwritten card to all of my clients. And yeah, it took me a couple hours, but I poured a glass of wine and put on a movie and sat back and watched Elf and wrote out a handful of Christmas cards. But it's a really nice gesture at the end of every year. Everybody loves getting a handwritten Christmas card in the mail. I do. I got even excited when Chewy.com sends me one. So it's a really nice time to reach out to your client. The next thing I want to remind everybody is that I am doing all the in-house loan processing with Certified Home Loans. We have the best rates in the industry. We are one of the few lenders that don't charge underwriting fee and a lot of other origination fees or any other junk fees. And right now we did get approved for the Hometown Heroes. And I know we've talked about this on previous calls, and it is a great program, especially for our veterans, but it also applies to teachers, first responders, and any sort. If you're not sure if their employment is, there's a whole lot. Go on the website, check out the occupations that do qualify for it. And what it is it's basically a down payment assistance program. So somebody can get up to 5%, which is a max being $25,000 of down payment assistance. Now, this does come as a second mortgage, but it comes with a 0% interest. What's better than that? That's where everyone's so concerned about. And right now, with rates being high, that's a great option for people to have. And if they're first-time home buyers, heck, they don't need anything, because we can do them into a 3% conventional and use that extra 2% towards their closing cost. If it's a VA, even great too, because they can already get 0% down, but they don't have the closing costs. So we can get them maybe 2% in that second mortgage to cover their closing cost. Now, in Broward and Palm Beach County, we've got some great limits on this. It's not like any other down payment assistance. People ask me about down payment assistance, and usually the income level is so low that they're not even going to qualify. For instance, I looked at one for somebody, and she's a family of three, a single mom, but she needed to make only like $42,000 a year. Well, she's barely going to qualify for a $300,000 mortgage with that, but she might, and those programs take a very long time. This is done as a first and second, so it doesn't take any longer than doing a regular loan. And the limits are they can purchase up to $460,000 on an FHA in Broward and Palm Beach, or the conventional VA is $647,000. Their income can be $136,000 or less. If it goes over, then they're not going to qualify. So, but it's a great program. And if you have any clients out there and you're not sure, have them reach out to me, have them call me, and we'll go over all that. So as we're wrapping up the year, I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of laughs, as I promised in the emails, and I've got some fun stuff for you. The first, I'm going to go over thank you cards that might be sent by a realtor, and these are just some laughs. We might want to send a thank you, FSBO, for confirming that selling a house isn't as easy as I make it look. Thank you, open houses, for giving me some alone time on a Sunday, because gosh knows we all sat on those open houses and been quite alone. Thank you, weekend, for understanding I don't have time for you now that I'm in real estate. Gosh knows we run around all weekend. Thank you, realtor, who's been in business for 28 years and reminds me for every step of the way through the transaction. Thank you, political yard sign, for getting my buyers' hopes up and thinking that you were for sale sign. And thank you, car, for being my office, filing a cabinet, and occasionally my dining room. And thank you, Zillow, for making my client believe that her $350,000 house is worth $575,000. So those will give you a couple of laughs. And then I've got another thing that'll always give you a couple of laughs. I don't know if anyone remembers the comedian Jeff Foxworthy was around, and he used to do, you might be if, so this is, you might be a realtor if you have a lockbox on your own home. You might be a realtor if someone out there, you know, there's a pen or fridge calendar with your name on it. You might be a realtor if Saturday is your Monday. You might be a realtor if your best work story begins, I walk into the house and. You might be a realtor if your first-time home buyers are armed with Google search and will tell you more than you know with your 20 years of experience. You might be a realtor if there are no photos of you not holding your cell phone. You might be a realtor if you are your own GPS and you use subdivisions as landmarks. You might be a realtor if you took a call at your own wedding or child's birth. You might be a realtor if there is no small, old, or weird. It's cozy, vintage, and quaint. You might be a realtor if you fill up your gas tank in the morning and it's empty by 4. You might be a realtor if you come home from work and dinner's been on the table cold for 5 hours. You might be a realtor if you know what CMA, BPO, CRS, GRI, SRES, ERC, NAR, ABR, LA, BA, and CHS stand for. Did I miss any? You might be a realtor if you have MLS sheets in your car, kitchen, desk, and anywhere throughout your home. You might be a realtor if you've attended a broker's open just for the food. You might be a realtor if you've yelled out at house hunters because you know that no client buys a house after just 3 showings, or that they're a yoga teacher and can afford 1.2 million. You might be a realtor if you've worked 3 months for free. You might be a realtor if your garage looks like a sign store. You might be a realtor if you've ever named a child or pet after a repeat client. I have shoes after clients. You might be a realtor if you've ever listed your own house just to get some leads. You might be a realtor if when a telemarketer marketer calls you, you ask them if they're planning to buy or sell a home in the next 3 months. You might be a realtor if, when you enter a friend's or family's house, you immediately look to the ceiling for water stains. You might be a realtor if you find random keys and have no idea where they go to. You might be a realtor if you cringe at the very mention of Zestimate. And last on my list, you might be a realtor if you've ever made your clients run a red light while they were following you. So I do hope they brought you a couple of laughs, because I know they brought me some laughs when I was putting them together. And I do hope that. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. If I don't get to see you or talk to you before, so I will be available on my cell phone. You can either text or call if you need me for any reason. I am around. However, I am trying to take a little break and be with my family, so I will not be in the office, but you all know how to reach me. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me. Just a last reminder, we're not doing this for the next 2 weeks. I hope you can appreciate that I'm trying to focus on some family time this time of year, but we are going to resume and go straight back at it on January 5th. And I hope everybody has a great holiday and a happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you and making 2023 the best year you've ever had in real estate. Thanks again, and make it a great day.